Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, as the title of this video suggests, we are going to be exploring the investment potential of one particular Lego brickhead in general. But before we get into that, I just also want to direct your attention to another poll I've set up in the community tab of my channel, which asks the question, are Lego brickheads good sets to invest in general? Because for me personally, I find it very difficult to actually acquire good quantities of Lego brickheads. And I think this is mainly due to the fact that they are only really sold at Lego stores and Lego shop at home websites. Now obviously there are a few exceptions, such as the seasonal brickheads or the Mandalorian and Grogu brickhead, which kind of now does have more of a mainstream wider release, but on the whole you can only really buy them at the Lego branded stores. And this in turn makes it quite difficult to get those large quantities that I spoke of previously, because you're at the mercy of what limitations Lego themselves have put on that set. And in the main, it's normally about 5. Now, obviously there are ways around this. You could ask family members to set up Lego accounts and obviously get Lego brickheads delivered to their address, or you could physically drive to a Lego store. But not everyone has these resources, not everyone has the family members, not everyone has cars, not everyone lives near a Lego store, or is willing to spend, the time and money on petrol to go to Lego stores to get brickheads, to go above the limit set on the website. So I just wanted to really gauge from you guys, is it worth that effort to get more brickheads than the allocated 5 that Lego allows us? Or is there simply other better sets to invest in that we can get from other main retailers and get them shipped directly to our front door? So I just wanted to answer that, or ask that question, before we get into the main topic. Now, I'm sure a lot of viewers that are watching this video are probably going to make an assumption that I'm going to be discussing the Ahsoka Tano brickhead. You would be wrong if you made that assumption, but I still believe the Ahsoka Tano is a good brickhead, but it's not going to be the main focus of this video. I feel Ahsoka Tano would be good because obviously it's the 150th milestone brickhead. It's got a lovely gold emblem on the box. It's an original iconic character. It's got its own, Ahsoka Tano's got her own live action TV series which debuts post-retirement of the Ahsoka Tano brickhead. So they're all, good ingredients for a recipe for a good Lego investment. But I'm not talking about Ahsoka Tano. Instead, I'm talking about the Spice Girls tribute. So let me tell you why I think this set could just be one that is flying under the radar. So firstly, this brickhead pack was released in March this year, so if it actually retires at the end of the year as expected and rumoured to, it would have a very, very remarkably short shelf life of only 10 months, which would be amazing. We always want short shelf lives for our Lego sets, so that would be a big green tick for this one straight away. In addition to that, over the last few years, there has been many brickheads released. And if we actually look ahead to ones coming out in the future, we can look at the Avatar brickhead, we can look at the Jake Sully brickhead, which has a set number of 181. So that tells us that there has been 181 mainstream wide release brickheads being made available. And you know what? Every single one of those brickheads has something in common except the Spice Girls tribute, and that is that they are all based on fictional characters. So to this date, and the ones announced in the future, the Avatar ones, every single one is based on a fictional character. They're either based on Star Wars, they're based on Disney, they're based on Marvel, they're based on Harry Potter. Every single one except this pack right here, the Spice Girls, which is based on real life people. And I think straight off the bat that makes this pack very unique, very special, and could do good things because of it. Secondly, in recent times, Lego seems to be producing more and more Lego musical sets. From the original, which I believe was the Ideas Yellow Submarine, the Beatles set, which came out quite a few years ago now, to more current examples like the Grand Piano or the Jazz Quartet, that these musical sets aren't just restricted to the Ideas theme. We've also seen them break out into the art theme, where we've also had the Beatles set there, as well as Elvis the King. So it makes you think and raises the question, are Lego going to continue to support musical sets in the future? And I believe they are, based on the current availability of musical sets at the moment, which is quite a few. And the fact that they have already released the Beatles Yellow Submarine and the Beatles art set, you know, is it too crazy to think that they might release the Beatles in a BrickHead pack? I think that's a real possibility that we could be seeing quite soon into the future. And if they do that, you can then kind of consider this Spice Girls pack the first of the musical kind of sub-theme bands that they produce in BrickHead form. And I think, you know, as a result of that, there's now an element of collectability that could be seen surrounding this set. Obviously, that is just speculation, but I think it's something that could be quite possible moving into the future. Okay, and finally, for every single Lego set that I buy, I always look into the future to try and gauge and gather what could cause a spike of interest in the set that I'm buying today. And this Spice Girls set is no exception. Now, from doing a bit of research, I have found that this year, as November to be specific, is actually going to mark 25 years since the release of the Spice Girls' second album, Spice World. So it has been rumoured that they might actually re-release the album to mark this anniversary. So I think in turn, if they did that again, we would see a nice spike of interest as soon as November this year. Secondly, it has also been rumoured that the Spice Girls are going to appear at a huge festival next year, and I'm talking about Glastonbury 23. And if they did that, that would be great. As I said, this set will retire in December. Glastonbury Festival, I think, what is it? Is it March to May? Around then, but you know, a great spike of interest within the next 6 months of the set retiring. Again, that would be great. But also, if we head onto the Spice Girls' own website, we can see there is a spinning globe. Now again, this doesn't mean much, but it is being rumoured and also speculated that this might indicate an upcoming world tour, which again would be great for the spike of interest in this set lasting, you know, long into the future. But as I said, all those points there are just rumours. It's just speculation, so it has to be taken with a pinch of salt. But if any of one of those three things that I've just mentioned happened, I think it would do great things for this Spice Girl BrickHead set. Okay, so there we go. Now that is the review done for today. And as always, let me know in the comments if this is a set on your radar. And if you do have a spare moment, then please do vote in the poll. And I'll see you next time.